What's going on? What's poppin'? This is ShanGO Ray, aka Real Deal Ray. And the title of this video is The Power of Fuck It, and how it also relates to trust. Hey, we got one head in here. I shade to you. Okay. But before we get started on that, like, share, subscribe, and thrive. Like, share, subscribe, and thrive. And if I did not mention like, share, subscribe, and thrive, gotta send a shout out to Matricia Brown. I believe you're new. Christine, what's going on? Sagittarius Queen, Love and Life. Nicole M, what's popping with y'all? I just thought I'd stop in real quick. Just a little something on the brain, and I just like sharing. And if it can benefit anybody, hey, good. If not, then good too. You know what I'm saying? Who else we got? Shit. Got some leaves in the house. Nicole M, Kathy Sierra, Mystical Darkness. Ooh, what's happening? How y'all doing today? Don't forget to lick that like button. That's right. Crack to crack and all the way back. Okay? Crack to crack and all the way back. I hope y'all had a wonderful full moon. Hope y'all are still having a wonderful full moon. The effects are still, it's usually a couple days before, a couple days after. That's when the energy is most concentrated, Kimberly Nelomes. Marissa Rafikon. I would suggest for you, maybe you should email me. AskShanGoRayNow@gmail.com. We'll see what we could do. Okay? TV! Oh, shit. We got a Leo over here, too. I love the Leos, though. My best friend's a Leo. D. Garcia. Oh, shit. Got that Scorpio. Gonna sting your ass. I'm part Scorpio, too. I got some Scorpio, too. So I already know how that goes. Absolutely, Marissa. Oh, man. Miss Pagan. Yeah. We're going to let everybody get settled in for a second. And then we're going to bring it. Okay? It's just a little something. Just little thoughts. I've spoke on it before. There's actually an author who wrote a book on something about not giving a fuck. And she calls it your fuck budget. And I thought that was cool. Making a fuck budget. Because you only have so many fucks to give. You know what I'm saying? But there's power. There's a lot of power in moving to Fucketville or having a permanent residence in Fucketville, at least part-time. Nikki, you got it, Nikki. Love and Life. Great for love spells and manifestations. Absolutely. Speaking of love spells, we still have that 3-day binding ritual going on. It's still having it's a full moon special, but we're going to just extend it all the way till Friday because it's the summer solstice. So we're celebrating. We also got the the cartomancy course. But as of for right now, if you're trying to get your ritual work in, whether it's psychic card readings, rituals, or whatever, stop by, go there now or after this quick video, and take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. We got the Muerte Mojo bags. Whether you want a Mojo bag is a spell in a bag. So if there's a particular area that you want assistance with, could be abundance, could be love. I had one, she was working the shit out of her protection bag. And she also had little problems, I think, with some of the co-workers and stuff, or just from negative energy from co-workers. And I was happy to read her report, how things turned around for her. And I always love that. I love the feedback. I love no matter what kind of feedback, whether it's considered good or bad. I just love the feedback, I really go off of feedback. And or of course, if you're interested in your own getting some ritual work done on your behalf, stop by www.shango-ray.com. So how's everybody else doing though? Everybody's good? On this Tuesday evening. Today is also a very good day to either get with Zarabanda, either get with Ogun, and or even Lucero, if you're familiar with who these deities. What is your email again? Ask Shango Ray now at gmail.com. Ask Shango Ray now at gmail.com. Yeah, but even if you're doing some clearing, I still didn't take my damn bath. You know what I'm saying? So I'm taking it. Matter of fact, within 2 hours, I'm gonna take my bath. And this is a good day to really clear out some shit. You know, as I've said before too, wanted to just reiterate. Sometimes it's not about you being under attack or anything like that. It might be that there's some things in your chakra that need to be, cleared out, flushed out. And the chakra itself, kind of like the wheel of your car, sometimes you got to rotate the tires and stuff because you'll feel it when you're driving. Your car starts getting all shaky and shit. Kind of in the same way, but your chakras got to be aligned too. They may be going too hard. One might be going too hard while one's going too little, or whatever the case, So I'm going to always be bringing that up too. Like, be sure to touch on your chakras, because you can wash your ass. You can even do a spiritual bath as far as just your aura, but you still haven't taken care of your chakras. You know what I'm saying? So chakra cleansing and alignment is extremely important. So I want to put that out there again. Let me go back on these comments here. New word. Hey, yes. Kamitria Mitchell. Aries over here, huh? I heard that. Aries in the house. Nikki D. Hey, what's going on with you, Nikki D? Let me see here. Chaka Shaw. Yes, yes. The incomparable Miss Shaw. How are you doing, Miss Shaw? Lady K. And of course, Nay Love. How are you? I just had I was going to call this some dumb shit, Like, if you want to be sure you don't get it, want it. Or something. But that title's too damn long. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just thinking of something. And even some shit happened earlier today for me, where, even just thinking about something over and over and over and over again. And it's like, as soon as I just said fuck it and just let go. Boom. Whatever it was that, I kept thinking about or whatever, it just resolved just like that. And I started thinking about how a lot of us, it's like whatever it is that you are, working for or doing, a lot of us, it's like is right there. It's just the wanting part, the lusting part. It's like, if you want to guarantee that you don't get it, or that it just takes extra long, or that it kind of comes and then leaves, just want it and lust after it. You know what I'm saying? I kind of look at it like, how you put on them they have those like big ass fat like samurai suits that you could put on, and people, like, they bump into each other, but they got like a bunch of air in it. It's like it inflates. You'll see them at like amusement parks and shit like that. Like, you can suit up and it's like basically your arms can't even come out of it all the way, and it's like you're just huge, you know what I'm saying? And like, you can roll around and stuff like that. It's kind of like, I kind of seen it as the wanting and the lusting, and I'm talking about personally speaking, okay? That becomes that suit that stops you from, like, touching something else from the other person or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like it literally guarantees that you're not going to get it. Do you like the top? Hello, Lel. How you doing there? Bora, DJ, Cometria Mitchell. I am Dre Cook. Hey, Deacon Cook. Guitarra Suave. What's going on? Yeah, I just thought I'd stop in here again, though. real fast. You know what I'm saying? But I was doing a little just kind of medit. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know about y'all, but I be meditating on shit. Like I'll just have a little thought and I'll just like pontificate on it, or just I don't know. I'll just like contemplate on it for a minute. Why? I don't know. It might just be some old random shit sometimes. Like I don't know if that's the Sagittarius in me or what, but it just happens. You know. Soul Therapy Tarot. Welcome, Soul Therapy. Was y'all for sure? Look at that. See, we tapped in, man. That's why. Oh, that's what's up, Nikki D. Yeah, see, I was just thinking it too. But the hard part is we get in these situations where, yes, we may have a need, okay? And somehow we convince ourselves to, or just, it's natural. It's natural. It's natural like programming, especially when it comes to something like you feel like you need, like I need this shit. That's like turning up the pressure, turning up everything else, and that's why it just and then it's like you probably even take some type of action. You probably take some type of action and you almost start getting frantic with it and almost out of panic. You know what I'm saying? And like you just keep doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it. And it's like the more that you go in, it seems to be like the more it's pushing against it. And I know I've heard it, and you look at all these damn law attraction channels, and they're just like, let go and all this shit. And it's like, but the hardest part of the letting go is when you are convinced, or when it's a need, or when you feel like it's a dire need, or sometimes it ain't a dire need, you just want it really bad, so it kind of gets classified as a dire need, but sometimes it's not a dire need, you know um like a life or death thing. um but it really is a superpower to be able to literally actually say it, feel it, mean it, and just be like, hey man, fuck it. Well, what if I say this, then XYZ happens and this and that, and it's just like, fuck it. It's not that you don't care. It's just another way, I guess, of saying surrender. Is just you finally just let go of that shit, because you can think you're letting go, but you're actually not, and you'll know because you'll still keep thinking about it. You'll still keep feeling. A lot of times that whole feeling, that desperation thing, it feels very constricted. It's like really tight, and you probably feel really tight somewhere in here. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's definitely a superpower, and to be able to actually do it is a whole other thing. It sounds really good, sounds really great, but to actually be able to say, hey. And so even, yes, as it applies to guitar good, thank you so much for licking that like button. As it applies to even ritual work, okay, I mean, there's enough material out there about, don't expect just because you do a ritual today that necessarily tomorrow or 5 minutes from now it's going to happen. Like, you have to just let it the fuck go. But part of that is also doing something else. Do something totally different. You know, if there's somebody that that kind of raises your spirits, or you can just, hey, whatever, do that. But I was going to get into kind of like the essence of Fucketville, but I wanted to ask some of y'all who's online right now, what are some of your techniques that you use when you are, how do you say fuck it? Or are you having a problem right now? It's mine. What'd you say? Somebody said, it's okay, I got mind control over Debo. Intuitive Beauty, how are you? I seen your comment. It made me laugh because a bunch of you right now are saying, man, right on time. And it's like, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Let's go down to the thing here. Having a problem, spirit ain't giving up. D. Garcia. I think the important thing is also you don't give up. Actually, that may be what we need sometimes, is to just give up. Give it up anyway. Give our feeling that we need the shit. You know, if anything, I know how it is too, where it feels like you're in a pressure cooker. So when you let go, it's like you just feel that like pressure just release, man. That shit just releases. And then that will be the time where shit's going to turn around after. Most people, 90%, can't get to that point. They can't get to that point. So it's basically just a dance of still just, you never really let go. You may try and fool yourself and say, oh yeah, I let go or this and that. But it's a whole other thing when you actually let go. So I just released a video earlier that I had released maybe like a year ago, but it's a short mental ritual for certainty and trust. And part of the, in my opinion, being able to just surrender is like one of the ultimate acts of trust. You know, trusting your own divinity, trusting that, you know, that things are going to work out. Because let's face it, people, that physical mind of yours, the ego, is not meant to handle the whole load, the whole how to. I know in this society, we're taught to think your way out of things. And I'll say this, like, there is a time and a place for that. And there's also a time and a place where you just take all that and you give it either to your subconscious mind or your higher self and say, here, bro, you deal with this shit. Because I don't know what the fuck to do. I already done did everything I possibly can think of. And, you know, the conscious mind is a lot like your first gear in your car. It's not meant to go 60 miles an hour on the freeway. You're going to burn that shit out real fast, you know. It's meant to get you going, you know. So with the conscious mind, you're supposed to, okay, what is my outcome here? This is what I want specifically. Boom. All right. And then, of course, you're going to get channels. You're going to get inspirations. You're going to feel compelled to do certain things. And yes, it's okay to use this part of the mind too to make a plan. Just don't get married to the plan, because invariably things are going to change. It's going to be a road like this. I can already tell you. It's never just from here to there, you know. So that part of your mind is not meant for that shit, dude. And honestly, that's what will get you drained. That's what will have your energy just feeling like you're heavy as fuck. You know, that will get you just tired, mentally lethargic, and overall just feeling burnt out. You will feel just burnt out. You will feel spent, you know. So let me see here. You'll find things when you stop looking for it, says Chaka. That is exactly right. I used to do, you know what? Speaking of that, it's funny you just say that. Anytime I lose something, and this was from years ago. I remember years ago, we could not find the fucking keys. I calmed myself down. I maybe took like a minute just to like calm myself down. And I wasn't thinking about the keys. I was thinking about the feeling I would have a couple minutes after I found them. That's what I did. And I just kind of stayed with that for, you know, 2 to 3 minutes. And then I just let it go. And it was like we couldn't go anywhere because we couldn't find the keys. And I was like, okay, you know, well, no problem then. It looks like we ain't going to go to this or that, right? And I went in the kitchen to even just go make something to eat. And all of a sudden, it's like something just took me. And I just shot straight for the couch. The first place I looked on the couch, right by the, you know, the arm part of the couch and in between the cushion, I just stuck my hand in there and pulled out the keys. And people were amazed. But after that, every time I have lost something, because before I would get very frustrated, I would get really flustered real quick. I'd be cussing shit. I might even, kick something or whatever. I'd get really flustered. And every time I'd lose something, I would just do that exact process I just told you. And sometimes it wouldn't happen like immediately right after. It might be an hour or two, but I would always find what I was looking for. You know? What if I let go, but this mofo still bugging? Sometimes I feel like I'm going crazy. Very excellent question. Hey, Latoya Adams, how are you? Passion T. Nay Love had it right there. Just get silent. Sounds easier to do. Sounds a lot easier to do. But like I said, if you can manage to get yourself out of wherever you're at for a minute, and I know it sounds so cliche, and believe me, when I was going through tough, super tough times, the last thing I'd want to see are these people on fucking YouTube talking about the law of attraction like they just have it all figured out and life is just so perfect for them because they know something I don't or something. And it's like, oh, you just gotta let go, namaste, and all that shit. And I'd be like, man, of course, when you're in a crunch, you're like, man, fuck all that. How do I do that? But it really is something that you have to just do it, and I know your mind's going to go nuts at first. It's going to go nuts. I'm just telling you. And you know that is you got to just at least take about 5 minutes to just focus on your breath until you feel yourself starting to really relax, really sinking in to your relaxation. That's like, it's like fuck trying to get all happy and, oh, I gotta feel good. All you gotta do really is just get to neutral. Just get to neutral. That's all you gotta do. That's all you have to do. Even if you just gotta do a little mini reset, just get to neutral. Don't worry about, feeling abundant and feeling divinely loved and all that shit. You want to go from feeling like straight shit, like I'm shit in a pressure cooker, and I'm supposed to go from here to there just like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, fuck that. Just get to neutral. Just get to where at least you're just neutral, And then from there, you can start asking yourself kind of questions. Well, have I ever been in a crunch before and it turned around? Fuck yeah. And when you really start getting to these questions, I promise you're going to feel your energy really just go and shift. And then you'll probably be able to fully actually just let go of shit, and or you're going to have some type of an idea pop in when you least expect it, Latoya Adams says, yes, I finally learned that. Right. DJ said, and be careful with your words. Drake Cook says, balance, baby. Nay Love, exactly. You know what? That's a huge one right there. Letting go is another way of saying just accept it. Because honestly, there's a part of you right now, if you're not feeling at least neutral, then there is a part that is either like, this shouldn't be happening. I need to get out of this. This, that, or the other. So right there, that just shows us that there's fucking bugs trying to fly on me. No, there is resistance. We're resisting, and I feel that too. When I feel like resistance to something, I start to feel, I was like, damn, like I already know right now I'm pushing against whatever I'm creating right now, or whatever flow I'm in, I'm pushing against it right now. So let me just at least get to neutral. Okay, fuck all the other fireworks and shit. Let's just get to neutral and work from there, or at least just be cool and neutral. But she just said it right, hit it on the head. Accept that this is what's going on. Accept this is what's going on. Like, okay, I'm in a situation. Maybe I don't have this, or this happened, or I'm dealing with this from this person and they shouldn't be right now. Well, maybe they shouldn't be, but what's happening right now is what is happening. What is occurring right now is what is occurring. And what's not happening, in the case that maybe you want something to happen, is not happening as of yet. So it takes a hell of a motherfucker to be able to actually just say, hey, you know what? All right, that's what it is. But believe me, if you can actually authentically really do that inside yourself, and it only actually really takes a moment to do it, you're going to feel pressure just evaporate. You'll just feel it fucking evaporate. And I know a lot of you know because you've already done it before. It's just we get in another situation and then we start it up again, you know. Another level, another devil. You know what I'm saying, as they say. Let me see what's going on with the comments. Empress Monique, Phoenix Fire, accept it for what it is and move on. Exactly. Exactly. Letting go, saying fuck it, is exactly another way of saying that you just accept it. If something happens and you just go, well, fuck it. Right then and there, you just accepted it. You just accepted it. You're not fighting against it inside. You're not feeling like this shouldn't be here or this shouldn't be happening or whatever the case is. You're just neutral with it. You just accepted it. Doesn't mean you're not going to do something to change it. It doesn't mean that you're just going to live with it. But we're talking about right here and now in this moment, accepting shit. Okay. This is what happened. This is what didn't happen. Blase, blase. Okay, fuck it. Can you live with that? Same thing, different story. Rico Brazy. Thanks for pulling up, Rico Brazy. Hey, get some sleep. Soul therapy. I'm glad you was here. Loretta Deeds. Let go and move forward. So I want to ask some of y'all, because I'm sure y'all know some shit. So what do y'all do specifically to let go and or accept whatever's going on right now, so that way you're not feeling, all tight about it? What do y'all do? Mystical Darkness says accepting is the first step. Black Widow. So for the people out there, Mystical Darkness, can you describe your accepting process? I'll tell you something of mine. When I've made real miracles happen a lot in my own personal life, there's a line of questioning that I would sometimes do as far as, okay, if I needed something and I didn't have it, and it's like, or there was a time limit or a deadline or something, and I'm like, what's the worst that could happen? Well, this and that might happen if you don't fill in the blank. And then I'd be like, well, could you live with that? Could you live with that? And I'd say, well, I kind of have to. You feel me? Like, what am I going to do? Drop dead? So, all right. So it's not like I concentrated on that particular path of outcome. But if this is the one that I really want to avoid and it actually happened, and I briefly experienced that for a minute, and I'm like, could you live with that? And I'm like, yeah, because I would probably end up doing this or that afterwards. And I started thinking of how I would be able to turn it around, i.e., how I would be all right. Or even if I was like, I don't know how I'd be all right, I just know that I would, because I've been in other situations and I'm still here and I'm good. I got all my fingers, got all my toes. You know what I'm saying? So let's go back a little bit. Mystical Darkness had said accepting is the first step. Lauren Curtis, how are you doing? She says deep breathing. Also spiritual baths. Exactly. Yerp. Pasha T says go with the flow. Latoya Adams says I go for a walk in the park. That's always a good one, man. Just getting out, whether it's a park or even if it's just going for a walk, moving your body, breathing, of course. Once again, the breath comes back into question. Black Widow says, Mike's World says, try to get, and welcome Mike's World, try to get some space from the situation. It's hard when you work with the person. Yeah, exactly. 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 We're not saying it's always easy because sometimes it isn't. Black Widow says it's extremely hard for me to let certain things go. For me, I have to be completely fed the fuck up. There's many paths to that enlightenment, right? One of them is get fed the fuck up, you know. But it's true. It's true. Naylove says right now, right, I'm not going to die. It's a process. Whatever happens, I will be ready for it. Whatever it was, I can handle it. That's one thing I always say too. Whatever it is, I can handle it. Even if it's going to stretch my idea of what I feel I can handle, I can fucking handle it. I can turn it around. And why? Because I've done it so many times before, as all you have also. You have, or you would not be here right now. You wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Let me see here. Rico Brazen says, I don't really stress about it. I just figure it is what it is, and it could be worse. That's another way of doing it. But just like it's a part of a learning experience or something, trying to see how strong I actually am. You can look at it as if you're being tested. Nicole M says cleanse, write the problem down, burn it. One of my faves also. It made me feel like I set the problem ablaze. It made me feel empowered. And then a better state of mind would overcome me. Exactly. Exacto fucking mundo. Loretta Deed says meditate. A big part of that is also, yes, meditating is, you can't have meditating without breath, of some kind. Telling myself that my subconscious mind is a pussy, shot out to grail of the serpent. I know I'm not familiar with that one, but that sounds intriguing. Chaka Shaw says, I ask myself, if I do XYZ, is it going to change the problem? If not, let it. I'll deal with it when I can. Exactly. Love Sade. Hey, what's up, man? DJ says, fuck it. Been through worse. I'm still here. That's very powerful and very simplistic, man. What is that sound? I guess they were doing fireworks. It's going to be the 4th of July here in a few weeks. So, Nicole M, then I'd say fuck it and realize I can only worry about me. I overtake the bullshit and be better off. You die and then you come to the light. Right? You die 1,000 deaths. Sometimes you got to die to that problem. Just say, hey, fuck it. All right, you win. I'm dead to it. And you move on. Whatever you got to do, man. Whatever little hack you use to move on. Hell yeah, coworkers are the worst. And also if you live with a person you hate. Shit. Fuck yeah, that is the worst. Make it do what it do. Yeah, they blasting. Latoya Adams. And when I walk in the park, I sometimes get a message from a spirit like a butterfly. And I know everything will be okay. Yeah, I just had a hummingbird shortly a little while, just a couple minutes ago. Yeah, they busting all right. Singing also helps release some of that funky energy too. Absolutely. And or even dancing. Or even just listening to music. Anything to just start to at least to shift, to get you out that groove, because it's easy to like get stuck in that groove, Sometimes you got to say fuck it, right? There you go, your boy Keanu. Fuck it, you know what I'm saying? Move to fuck itville. A lot of us were also brought up with Like, let's face it, in Western society, we are conditioned that if you don't worry about it, that you're being somehow irresponsible and that you don't care. When in fact, it's okay to, I guess you could say, be concerned with something, but to worry about it is is first of all, it ain't going to do anything. And the other subconscious message under that is, if you worry enough, you'll figure out what to do about it. Okay? But that is bullshit, because the worrying's going to actually keep either the answer, the solution, the correct next step. At least you may not get the whole package, but you'll at least get the next step, and which is all you need, because that's all you can do, in any given moment, I should say. Empress Monique, you're right, you're reading my mind, Empress. I was actually going to say, and I think I'm going to drop a little EFT for some of y'all, if I remember. I haven't done EFT in a long time. Right on, your boy Keanu. I appreciate your feedback, man. I love it. Thank you. Demetria Mitchell, I watch comedy movies. Hey, you know what? That's another thing I do. My sister listens to comedy podcasts of stand-ups and shit, because some of that shit just have you rolling, and when you laughing and having a good time, everything just starts to open up, man. It really does. Yes to one advance, the tapping method. DJ said, yes, it made me so happy. Then the neighbor's cat chased it because she's territorial. Hood shit. Empress Monique talked about EFT. For those of you who don't know what EFT is, I didn't expect to be getting into this, but why not? Let's fucking do it a little bit, all right? So EFT, as you know, you have your chakras. You also have certain energy meridians or points. And like if you was to go for acupuncture, they would, maybe put a little needle. You got them all over the place. But so the way you would do it, number one, I would suggest always drinking a glass of water, because you want to make sure you're hydrated before you do any energy techniques. That's very, 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 very important. You want to make sure your bioelectrical suit is right. You know what I'm saying? So what you would do, you could choose either hand, and you want to start tapping right here. It's called the karate chop point. So whatever the situation is, let's just say, I'm just going to use an example, so follow with me, all right? So let's just say you're being bothered by something, right? Somebody just said, oh, your feet are ugly as fuck, and it's really bothering you, right? So you would start to just go like this and tap on this. Even though I feel my feet are ugly as fuck, I still accept and fully love myself. Even though I feel my feet are ugly as fuck, I still accept, I still love myself. And you would do this maybe a couple more times, 5, 6, 7 times, right? Once you're done with the karate chop point, you want to start, you're going to be tapping here, right here, and you're going to tap here, you're going to tap here, like this. So then you do something like this. I like to use both my hands, you know what I'm saying? My feet are ugly as fuck. My feet are ugly as fuck. And of course, during this process, if you start feeling something, you just let it come out. My feet are ugly as fuck. My feet are ugly as fuck. My feet are ugly as fuck. I hope you can see me. Under the chin right here. My feet are ugly as fuck. Then you'd go right here to the collarbone area. So you just tap right around here. My feet are ugly as fuck. There's a point right under your armpit, right about here. So you'd want to tap right here. My feet. Ladies, it's where your bra strap is. My feet are ugly as fuck. And then you'd go to the top of the head. My feet are ugly as fuck. Some people I've seen different variations. So you would do a couple rounds of that. And before you start, you would say, how bad do I feel right now? Well, I'd say I feel about a 9. So after a round of that, maybe 2 rounds, I would check back in again. How do I feel about that now? And you're going to start to see it like diminish. But that's how a very brief impromptu tutorial of how you would do EFT. Some people also tap right here in the middle of the head too. There's different, variations. Good, Tawana Vance. You need to be laughing. You know what I'm saying? Hey, John Connor. How you doing there, Mr. Connor? I seen your comment and I appreciate it. You wrote a sizable comment on another video and I meant to respond. It's just I've been all over the place lately. Let me see here. Going back a little bit. Sometimes I do EFT. I always forget it as a tool, but it works for me. Yeah. Spark a tree and keep it moving. That's one way. That's the Pisces way right there. To one advance, yeah, I already got that one. Let me see. I still accept the little toe. Right on. Yeah. I've been laughing all day and it's making me laugh even more. Well, you know what I'm saying? Shit. Bridget Alexander, music soothes my stress. Me too, I'm a big music thing. No, but I got beautiful feet, but you know what I'm saying? If I felt my feet were ugly, then yeah, I would tap it the fuck out. Every time I tried to do this, my brain would be constantly making me say it multiple ways. Yeah, that too, man. It's, you freestyle with it. Susie C, how you doing, Susie C? Blessings to you, Susie C. It releases the trapped emotional energy related to whatever is bothering you. Very well said, very simplistically said, but very fundamentally sound. That's exactly what that does. Sex is a good stress relief too, absolutely. I know some people get horny through stress. Yeah, I'm one of those. I'm not one of them, but if someone is, they can use sex manifest work. Yeah. But they beautiful. And also Black Widow mentions Ho'oponopono, which is the I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. That mantra does work miracles also. The problem with some of these tools is after you use them for a season, you might, have a lot of success with it and then you forget to use it again. John Connor says, got to be thankful for what they do because they only make us stronger. Absolutely. Jazzy girl. Did you hit the bell, Jazzy girl? Did you lick the bell button too? Yes, it does work. Black Widow. Exactly. Ho'oponopono works. That's what's up, ShanGO. Set red bone. Best way to release. You must be referring to the sex comment too. Yeah. Yeah. When stress there, the sex. I mean, come on now. Yeah. My girl took off. Am I good heads with her? Damn, sorry to hear that, bro. It might be for the best, though. You never know. Things have a way of working out. Opportunities show up in work clothes. All the time, man. Did you do it, Jazzy girl? It's a workout and a stimulator. Absolutely. Licked and liked. Very good. And hopefully liked that you licked. All right? You say it as many times as you need. Thank you for dropping that on Black Widow, because it's true. It's very true. It does work. There's another modality I did for a long time. It's been a minute since I did it. It's called Z Point. Z as in Zorro. Z Point. And it's basically a line of questioning, and it's very similar to EFT. It's just there's no tapping. And it's something you can do. You say it out loud or you can do it in your head. And you don't need to tap. But I like getting physically involved sometimes too. That's why I like the EFT, so you can work the tapping points, your energy points. You know what I'm saying? Your meridians and all that shit. So I like to incorporate the tapping too, but You know, sometimes just write down my emotions on paper and then burn it. Yeah, I've done that a lot too. Guitar, that's definitely that's one of my other favorites. Sometimes when I'm really, really fed up with something, I'll just write that shit down and just burn that shit, and enjoy it as I watch it burn, you know. But yeah, y'all are giving some great ideas here. This is a fire video. Thanks to y'all. Ugh, what the fuck is that? Don't fly up in here. Shit. It still looks like it's daytime, but it's actually not. It's like getting dusky out here. Sometimes breaking cheap figurines here, let it burn. And then there's other things like sometimes just have a nice little intense workout. That always gets things feeling right too sometimes, Well, in my opinion. In my opinion. Well, we got some. Hey, thank you for sharing your wisdom, Empress. You just dropped a major jewel on them. You dropped some major jewels. It's the energy that fly is attracted to. Oh, it must be, huh? I must be shitty then. No, it was like a moth or something. It looked kind of weird. Sometimes I'd be one time I seen a fairy on a bus. I know it was a fairy because it disappeared. And then somebody tried to swat it. It was crazy. And it flew. It didn't fly like a bug like this. It flew like this. And it had the little wings and shit. And somebody tried to do something to it. And me and the person sitting in front of me was like, why in the fuck why'd you swat it? Because like it was coming towards the back of the bus. And I wanted to see it up close. I don't know why I'm telling that stupid story, but I like to sage myself before I come up with a solution. You know what? That's a great idea, Chaka. And DJ, crying is one of the best emotional releases anybody can do. That's why men are real fucked up. Because a lot of men are still, especially the kind of older ones, because now a lot of the men it's not so much as prevalent, but even still kind of like men are not supposed to like show emotions or show feelings or whatnot. And, yeah, sometimes if it's just that overwhelming, just like let it fucking go. Let that shit rip, man. And they love, it's like 4 a.m. here, huh? Well, good morning. I think some moths are incarnation of fairies. I really do too. I really do too. It doesn't have to just be a little orb of light. Sometimes I feel like they can take whatever shape they want, in my opinion. Is it me or are these flies getting a whole lot? Hey, man, yeah. Shit. Yeah. Oh, yes. Don't be a baby boomer. They be acting like hard asses. Yeah. You know what? In my opinion, and this is just my opinion, the baby boomers, I notice a lot. If you look at a lot of entrepreneurs, they are not from the baby boomer generation. The baby boomer generation were we're all indoctrinated, but they were really indoctrinated. And they were also indoctrinated to like just get a job. Those are the ones who will be hanging on to a job till they're 70 fucking 2 or whatever, the same job, like, that type of shit. And I just notice a lot of things in their thinking process. There are some, baby boomers who, of course, in everything, you're always going to have your goats, your ones who just don't follow the sheep, such as myself, such as y'all, and but I noticed that particular generation, the generation of like my parents are baby boomers, and they're just like, there's a lot of, I just see a lot of different shit with them. I don't know why I'm saying that, but hey, Sharon Hamilton, blessing to you. Right, if motherfuckers let their emotions out instead of holding it in, I think some people will be a whole lot happier. You're absolutely right, Miss Brazy. Remember when we got ass whoopings before bed? Fuck yeah. And then you laying in bed crying, and they opened the door and said, keep on crying. I'm going to give you something else to cry about. I'll give you something to cry about, as if my ass whooping was, my traumatic ass whooping was not reason enough to cry. You feel me? Baby boomer true hippies. You know what? The only ones who escape that shit are the ones who were the true hippies. Honestly. Crying is necessary and it's a form of detox. You got that goddamn right. A lot of them stay in that box. Exactly, Shaka. That was my point. Sweet Queen. Yup. My daddy the cop. I got my ass whooped for crying. Me too. Yeah. So mine are two that are free in some areas and then dogmatic in others. Yeah, that happens, you know. Hey, is that PG up in here? What's up, PG? Or my mom would use the chaleta. Yep. Shit. That goddamn chaleta. Fuck. The one that would fly around the corner and knock your ass in the head. You know. They don't be playing. Yeah, but yeah. Been a long. You ain't. Where you been, Glenn? You ain't been around in the last couple days, I don't think. Oh, we did our first Instagram live yesterday too. Some of y'all were there, I think. One or two of y'all were there. But I don't know what I'm gonna do for Instagram, but you know, we're gonna be doing little Instagram lives too or whatever. I don't know. A switch or a belt. Fuck yeah. That's back when you could just get your ass whipped and nobody could do nothing about it though, really. I think now it's a little bit imbalanced though, because you got some kids that got their phones, and these kids now are smarter than a lot of us were when we was their age, you know. So, and some of these kids are just like, they'll call the cops in a minute, and guess what? You will get a case. CPS will be at your ass a lot of times, depending, you know. Guitar Suave, so glad to hear that. Your energy deserves to be in a higher mood. Okay. My mama ain't give a fuck about the police. Yeah, for real. My mom would get on me if I spanked my daughters when they were really, really, you know, when they were younger. And that wasn't my go-to, but sometimes it's called for, maybe. But she was totally against it then. I'm like, where was this attitude when I was a kid? Because I sure in the hell got ass whoopings. And I clearly remember them, you know? My moms would grab after any fucking thing and beat my ass. Yeah. Fear, it's what's for dinner. Any of y'all remember getting your ass whooped because you didn't eat all the food on your plate? That's some baby boomer shit right there. I never hit my kids because they couldn't eat something, didn't want to eat something, you know. But once again, there's that imbalance again, because I've been in situations where there's 3 or 4 different meals being cooked. I'm like, what the fuck is this, a restaurant? You know? And then that old shit starts coming out, because I remember when it's like, look, this is what's for dinner. If you don't eat it, don't fucking think you getting any cookies or anything, and you will be hungry in bed. You and your stomach having a conversation. Like, you know. Yeah, it is fucked up. Hey, glad you made it, baby love. Shirley Cunningham. Yeah, food costs too much there. Or they didn't have it. Like, you know, you forget some of these baby boomers and shit lived through that depression shit, man. You know? There was no food stamps and shit back then. You either got it, had some food, or you didn't. You starved. You know? That's the parent I'm gonna be when I have kids. You either eat that shit. Which one? The one who cooks everybody a different meal? What you having tonight? Okay. What am I making you? All right. What am I doing for you? You know, sometimes I get in my little butler mode. I'm their butler sometimes, and then sometimes I'm like, fuck that, fend for yourself. I'm already telling my kids I'm ready for my grandchildren. They will pay for all the beatings. Yeah. Yeah. There was some good shit about it, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to knock everything. There was some good different values. Certain things that are just lacking. For example, I know many of you know, because you've encountered children nowadays, that there's no sense of respect. Like, There's nothing sacred. There's no respect. They're just like, and in some ways, I kind of look at that like sometimes, in some ways, that's a blessing. In other ways, that's not too cool, you know? But I don't know. The parent that says you could eat what I cook for you or when I go to bed. Yeah, that's real though. This is what's for dinner. You're either going to eat it or not. And, you want to strangle their ass. Right. They don't fear anything. I don't think it's that they don't fear. It's just they have no sense of respect or, what's the word? It's not just respect where, I guess it is respect, but it's kind of like reverence, you know? A form of reverence, or I guess reverence and respect kind of go hand in hand, you know what I'm saying? But they don't have any of that, you know? Which is kind of cool because there's a lot of old paradigms and some of what that affected some of us, maybe some of you, or some of, whatever generation you're coming from. But sometimes to demolish some of these paradigms, that's what's needed, you know? Yeah, exactly. Guitar Suave says they know what laws protect them from other children. Right. But Chaka Shaw, you hit it right on the head. Home training. Because a lot of these kids will walk in and they won't acknowledge you. They won't anything. And some of us feel a certain way about it because it's like, hey, I got my ass whooped over that shit. Why aren't you getting your ass whooped? Like, it comes off. And I'm sure that some of them ain't trying to be disrespectful, but it comes off like being disrespectful. Because I was taught when you go into a room, if there's an adult, and then again, you got to start to question, just because I was taught that, does that make it right? Because there's a lot of things that I had to second guess, triple guess, quadruple guess, and question. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, that's what I was banged over the head with, but does that mean that that's right? Leanne. Eat the cake, anime. That's what I'm talking about. Not like that, but I'm just saying, I be saying that all the time. My other favorite saying is when someone says, how did you, because I'm in here, and I'm in here, I'm in here, anime, that's my other one. I be saying that a lot too. Some parents need to be trained. Well, after the baby boomers, and like our generation, or some of our generation shit, and subsequent generations just started having kids, because kids start fucking. Like, kids have always been kind of fucking when they're younger. It's just, it wasn't talked about as much, but now it's even more prevalent. And now with, both parents, if there are both parents in a house, both parents working, or one parent working 2 jobs, hardly ever there. It's like these kids are raising themselves. They could do what they want. Come over to my house. My spot's the kicking spot. I found my mom's stash. We're going to be chilling. Netflix and chilling. I remember 12 years old having babies when I was in middle school. Yeah, man. Generation X. Exactly, Phyllis Glenn. I'm Generation X. If we're supposed to be equal, why have superiors? I feel they look at it that way. Yeah, I mean, they gotta, I mean, to some degree, that whole fuck it, like fuck all these old traditions and all that, like, I'm kind of about that life too. At the same time, I also have respect for certain traditions. Doesn't mean I'm gonna abide by it, but I have respect for it, I might even have a fondness about it. There's certain even magical traditions and stuff. I know I don't stick with it like that. I don't religify it, but I do have a respect for it. But at the same time, I got to do what I got to do. So I color outside the lines, This society is so overly sexualized. Things we were exposed to. Yeah, that's real. And now, a lot of these kids, that people just stick a phone in them. They're 6, 7 years old. I'm like, what the fuck they got a phone for? In the first place. And they're not even on the parental control shit. So like with your phone, you can see anything. And I know a lot of little kids that be watching porn and all. I mean, that watching porn used to be an event for us. We used to have to first find the porn, i.e. a videotape. And then B, find a place where we can actually watch it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't just like on your phone. There was none of that. But now your kid could be fucking watching Bukkake Gangbang Part 10 and you won't even know it. They're sitting right there on the couch or sitting in their room because we don't be monitoring shit too much. And yes, I said Bukkake Gangbang Part 10. Part 11 coming soon. No pun intended. Yeah. But or if you had cable without a box, you got to try and see through them lines. Oh, I thought I seen a titty. Oh wait, wasn't it 689? That was the porn. That was one of the porn ones, you know. Or you try and find Cinemax. Remember Cinemax and all that shit? They be having that soft porn where you just see, you don't see the dick and the pussy. You just see like, you know, basic shit, you know. My kids would say some stuff out the way and I'd be like, I'm sorry, did you bust your head or something? And they'd be like, no, right, exactly. Cinemax and Showtime after 11. That's right. Yeah. It's true. But man, look, I used to have to go take a nap in my pops' room. And my pops had, and maybe this added to the whole sexual beingness that ShanGO is. Okay, but he had a waterbed, first of all. Okay? A heated waterbed. And I hated it because it would always, you'd fucking sweat in it. Second of all, he'd get home from work. He was a welder. And sometimes he wouldn't shower and just go into bed. What do you think a bed's going to smell like after that, right? But then he had this immaculate headboard that had nothing but magazines in it. All across the headboard. And what kind of magazine, pray tell, do you think they were? That's right. Porn, it's a pornucopia, man. It was a pornucopia. So I'd wait until I knew he was not going to come in and I'd start, you know, this and that. And my 6-year-old weenus was bang, you know what I'm saying? Like I was with it. I didn't know what to do with all of that. You know, what is all of that? Like, where is the hole? You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know what to do with all of that, but I tell you what, man, I was intrigued. And then in his closet, he had all the videotapes. And then I started learning how to pick the closet. And he also had his gun in there. So I learned how to pick the gun case too, with just a paperclip. Yeah. Yup. Jazzy girl, you got that. Said about the antennas, right? Or if you had a remote, you had your finger on the last, last viewed channels. You just hit that shit real quick like you was always watching that. Yep. Right. That type of shit. And y'all know about the antenna. But yeah. Yeah. It was the cocky gangbang. My little sister and I actually found a porn mag in the trunk of our dad's car. You know what I'm saying? Now imagine a whole fucking room full of them. Like, what you gonna do? Oh, busy ass. Yeah, I was on it. Waterbed sounds sleazy. It does sound sleazy. You think like when I hear waterbed, I think of a 70s porn star with just a mustache or something like that. You know what I mean? And some bitch with a big ass bush. You know? That's what I think about. That's what I think about. I open parent room with credit card indoors. See, we got some slick ones in here. Had to take turns getting up. The wolf cat. Go crazy. He had one of like some like Jamaican girls. And like it'd be like ones where they just show the titties, but they had the little panties on. And it was like Don King in a headlock. You know what I'm saying? Just all coming out of that. A tarantula hanging out of them chonies. You know what I'm saying? Twan Vance, that sounds about right. Yeah, exactly. The mustache in the bush. You know? The mustache in the bush. Oh, hell yes, Nikki D. 510 mesmeric. Nah, I didn't see him on the areolas, but definitely the bush was banging though. The bush had like Don King, like I said, that shit was just coming out. Every and coming down her thigh, a couple of them. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, wow. Yeah, this convo did take a turn, Jazzy Girl, but you know what? I trust in spirit. Maybe it needed to take a turn. There was a couple of y'all was like, man, you read my mind. You know what I'm saying about the subject matter. And yeah, we got off track a little bit. Hey, but who gives a shit? You know what I mean? Yeah, man, you got these fucking Burt Reynolds ass dudes and shit looking like they got carpet glued to their chest and stomach and shit. These old 70s ass porns and shit, you know? Of course, with that mustache, you know? Yeah, Loretta D's, they could have had dreadlocks, for real. They could have locked up real quick. Real quick. We all grown here. Exactly. Continue. Exactly. Yeah, I always say if somebody don't like it, they can change the channel. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, you know. But you see how that energy, I could feel collectively, all of us kind of just shifted energy a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It did. Even my own energy even got even lighter. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the dreadlock puss. Absolutely. And you know, like that thing be getting moist sometimes, or just has, you know, that's a vagina. Let's be honest. Okay, that's what it is. And when the hair gets with the juice and it just kind of gets shut like that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Some of y'all like, I don't know anything about that. PG, how long you gonna be celibate for? Was that like a life decision or? You're right, Black Widow. You know it's true though. I mean, that's gotta happen. You know, it's like that enchanted garden, man. Like you gotta know the password or something. You know, Little Shop of Horrors. Eat me, feed me. You know, right. These ninjas don't deserve it these days. Hey, I can't too much argue, man. I can't too much argue with that, you know. Gotta stay shaved. Yeah. Yep. But I guess I'm gonna let y'all go now. Y'all have been wonderful as always. A pleasure. Black Widow says 6 months and holding. I'm ready to attack Animal Planet. uh, when animals smack, huh? Smack tack. Yeah. Just let them eat it if the ninja don't deserve it. Yeah, thank you, Shirley. Y'all are wonderful. Y'all are awesome. I got the best fam. I don't give a shit who says what. The helicopters, yeah. I don't give a shit. Absolutely, baby love. That's a chastity belt. Yeah, man, made of hair. Shit. That's like that's a chastity belt for real. Don't let it get dry. Don't let some of that gum juice get dry up in there. You know what I'm saying? Don't let it get dry. Then the only way to open it up is to re-wet it. So yeah, that's right. You know the squad does be live, Black. Shit. Hey, you know what, TV? She said some people like them bushes. You're right. There are some dudes that like the bush, man. There are some guys that like the bush. Call me modernized. I mean, it doesn't have to be smooth and absolutely bald, but like, you know, yeah. I'm a very, I mean, we're all adults here. I'm a very oral person, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I would prefer a nicely kept lawn, you know what I'm saying? Nice and tight. And if it's bald head, that's great too, you know what I'm saying? But like nice and tight, you know? Because, yeah, too much is too much. You know, there's too much of it. I mean, just like I get it, it's natural. And, you know, sometimes every woman has had where they have the hair on their arms or whatever. You know, that's fine. But, you know, I don't know. I'll just say it like this. Everybody got their preference. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my dad asking what I'm watching. Hey, sir. How are ya? Only thing that opens that up is I think you said water, right? You lied over there. Why? I hope they hot bottle water douche with white vinegar. I stay shaved. Hell no, yeah. It's natural until it sweats and it gets real. Right. Right. You know? This how it be, man. I mean, I do remember from a long time ago, like before, maybe at best, like chicks would kind of go through with the scissors, especially like in my teens, like you might just find a bush, you know? And I'm gonna be honest, and you could think I'm shallow, okay? Years ago, I stuck my hand down a broad's pants, and it must have been 5 minutes before I felt actual skin, because it was just bush, and I was cool on that. I was just cool on that. I didn't even pursue that. And I wasn't even going to make a thing about, hey, maybe do you think you should. No, I'm cool on it. I'm cool on it. I will not go trudging through the jungle. You know what I'm saying? Cutting my way through the forest. It's not going to happen. Yeah. I wonder how they got through the bush back in the. Yeah, I be wondering that too, man. Or I be watching shows like Walking Dead and shit, and I be like, everybody must smell like armpits and ass. Especially out in that Georgia heat. And you ain't showering and shit like regular. Ugh. Yeah. You know? Jazzy girl. It's true though. It's true. All facts. All facts. You know? And I get it. I know nature's design was like, hey, I'm gonna put hair on you because it's gonna guard from certain bacterias and certain infections and all that. And then it's like, yeah, but take that shit off. You know? Hey, it's true, Guitarra. It's true. It happened. Real life, real story. Yeah. This was years ago, Thriller from Manila, years ago. Before it was like popular to be either bald or you got the landing strip or, shit like that. Like women weren't even, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, it was like 14, 15 years old. And back then, bitches didn't know about that. Like it wasn't, nobody had made a song about a shaved pussy or like, so like everybody's just like, hey, you got hair, you got hair. Maybe you trim it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you should trim that shit or whatever. This is like night vision. You know what I mean? You better shampoo it if you're going to get it. Yeah, you better shampoo it. You want to keep that thing clean. Did anyone ever braid it? Deep condition. I don't know what would be scarier. Like that would be scary to see it just totally permed and just totally straight. You know what I'm saying? Looking like like James Brown in a headlock, shit, just conk the fuck out, that Afro puss. I hope that peppermint salt, yeah, 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 man. I don't know. That's crazy. Like I said though, I'm diverse. Jazzy girl. If anyone had bread, yeah, that's crazy. I'm sure at least though, you know what? I would crack up. Somebody out there, I'll tell you what, man. I'll mail you a free gift. You don't even gotta braid it, all right? Just plait the fuck out of it. Plait it, all right? Just have plait. You got rubber bands, just plait it. Yeah, I'm all crystallized now. If you prefer to have hair, just get a puss frontal. Ah, plaited pussy, a platypus. Huh. Yeah. Hey, Stephanie Smith. Well, don't forget, we are having the full moon. The post now, it's a post full moon special though at ShanGO-Ray.com. If you're looking for ritual work, if you need certain rituals or certain tools that you want to help you assist with something, right now is the discounted time. Okay, we're gonna be going all the way till Friday because Friday is the summer solstice. Friday is the first day of summer. What a day for the first day of summer to fall on, right? On Freak Off Friday. Put some beads on it. Oh my God. Y'all are going nuts. Don't forget that. Right. Oh my God. So head on over there. Even if you want a psychic email reading, if you want a a consultation, everything is discounted right now. The Alpha Goddess oil. A lot of good reviews on that. And guess what? I know others, check this out. I can tell you right now, I'm just gonna give a little whatever. There is a Martha La Dominadora oil coming, and I'm gonna tell you right now, she even told me to use it on some 3-day binding love spell clients. And mind you, it's freshly made. Usually we like to let shit sit. I'm telling you, the scent is nothing less than intoxicating. And the energy that you will feel from this oil is all about, though, invoking that power, no matter what you want to use it for. Whether you want to use it to seduce, to dominate, to, Martha is also used to bring peace in a home. It's not just about fiery, dominate, do what I say, bitch type shit. She has a lot of different, she had like 4 different, caminos in some tradition, or 4 different paths, but she's used for a lot of different things. So if you're interested in that, that's going to be coming. That's actually we're not releasing that till her feast day though, July 29th though. So that's still got a ways away, but I'm telling you right now, when you get a hold of that oil, fuck. That shit it's already on fire. Yes, Jazzy girl. I'm telling you, and it has actual fucking snake skin in it. Absolutely. I'm telling you, we went balls to the wall with this shit. The border, she is a master oil maker. I mean, she does oil extracting. You know how you can go buy the essential oils? She makes her own. Because she has the get up to actually make her own essential oils. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know anybody with a little lab like that. I got the right one. you know. But when that oil comes out, I promise you, and it's going to come out with a ritual too also. I don't know exactly how we're going to figure it out, but we want to really give you the full bang for the buck with that. But that's a deity you don't just use. That's a deity that you want a relationship with. That's a goddess you want a relationship with. Martha La Dominadora. You know what I'm saying? You want a relationship with her. You don't want to just come up to her and say, I need this. Thank you. Bye. Like, you don't want to do that. You know? So, who said what now? There's a Monica Montoya in here. Who's behind your oils? I think we all know who's behind the oils. Looking to work with her, Black Widow. Yeah, if there's somebody that you want to dominate, we definitely got a ritual right now. You don't even, I use Vagisil. I just see that other comment right now. Anyways, there's a ritual right now. You can, take advantage of that. And that's really all about, though, dominating. I had one client or a customer, she said, can I use this to dominate myself? And I thought, you are a fucking genius. That is genius. And that is one of the more higher ways that you can use this ritual, is to dominate yourself. So, yeah. Who said what now? Yeah, Rico. The 29th of July. We might do a little pre-order thing as we get closer to that. But right now, we're letting it just do what it does, and we're feeding it, charging it. It already has this full moon thing, and like I said, made with real snake skin. We got some other little secret, but I'm telling you, when you smell this shit, oh my God. Like, don't get me wrong, Alpha Goddess oil would make me want to eat a bitch like a sandwich, easy, okay? But this oil, oh fuck. This is just like intoxicating. Like I said, I was doing some 3-day binding spells the other day, and Martha herself was like, use this oil on it. Don't use the one you had. Use this one. And I'm like, are you sure? We just made it. She was like, boy, what did I tell you? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm telling you right now, no bullshit. No fucking bullshit. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Put it on the calendar, Rico. Put it on that calendar. You know what I'm saying? Do I have to pay for her dinner because I'm a cheap date? She definitely is not an energy to be playing. Ruby Lynette Turner. Sweet queen. Take my money. There you go. One night stand. Don't one night stand. I wanted to address something real quick. Can I use it for money? She is petitioned for money as well, although she's not really as well known as a money saint. Now, when you start getting your own relationship with her, you're going to find certain things. She might ask you for things that you've never heard about that this particular energy wants, this particular deity wants. She might ask for some goddamn, fucking corn chips or something. You're like, since when does Martha, La Dominadora, want corn chips? But guess what? She does. And that's how she's telling you. Like, maybe for you, for your situation, for whatever it is, she's like, hey, if you think about it, if you's a deity and for hundreds of years everybody keeps bringing you the same shit, wouldn't eventually you want something else too? I know I would. Hit me off with some of them Chips Ahoy. You know what I'm saying? Hit me off with some of them Zuzus and Wham Whams and shit, But to answer your question, Ruby, you can use it. You can use her for money. You definitely can. Oh, Nikki D, yes, I guarantee you, I promise you, it is a fire batch. This is the definitive La Dominadora oil right here. I'm telling you. And I'm not just saying it because of who made it. I'm keeping it all the way real. Because she'll tell you too. I'll tell her in a second, just like she'll tell me, nah, this ain't it. This ain't it. And yeah, there was some synchronicities and things that were going on also as the night that she actually started making the oil. She actually made it Saturday or Sunday. What's up, BB Visions? How you doing? Exactly. Black Widow, you got that. She says, I will spoil her rotten. That's exactly what you do. Some deities, I don't do that. Like some deities, it's like, because you also got to remember too, there's sometimes you got to be careful for trickster spirits, because if you're not careful, a trickster spirit could come into place and be like, yeah, I need more of this. Give me more of that. Yeah, give me more of that. Yeah, give me more of that. And you over here feeding the trickster spirit. You know what I'm saying? So you always want to take precautions, make sure everything is everything, and who's supposed to be there is who's supposed to be there, Yeah, it's going to be a fire batch. Definitely. It's already a fire batch. I can tell you that right now. It's already a fire batch. But we're going to go and we're going to do it. We're going to do it like we're going to do it right now. And I know the 29th, I can't wait for the 29th. I can't wait to unleash this. I can't wait for y'all to get your hands on this shit. But I will tell you this. The oil is not just about domination or, seduction. The oil is about really invoking her energy. And matter of fact, another way stated is becoming that energy. Unleash your own Martha La Dominadora, your own Filomena Lubana. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you have Filomena Lubana within you. So it's about that, But if in doing that, you want to dominate somebody, you want to, protect some children, or, whatever. There's a whole host. You can ask her for anything. She's one of them deities that she will work with you on anything. But I always suggest get a relationship with her. That means on some Tuesdays, Mondays, or whatever day whatever day it comes to me, I'm laying out shit. I'm not asking for nothing. I just give. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I got this candy. I thought about you. She likes raisin bread. In our house, she likes raisin bread. It's not listed anywhere, but she likes raisin bread. You know what I'm saying? I think it was listed in one other place. It's funny, because my goddess comes home with just a bag of red raisin bread, and I'm like, what the fuck? That's the only thing you brought? Because I don't eat that shit. You know what I'm saying? She ends up liking raisin bread. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. That was like a weird synchronicity. Like, she just came home with that raisin bread. Don't even know why. Just brought it home. And I'm like, what the fuck is you bringing it home for? Like, ugh. Right? Like, ain't nobody but you gonna be eating that shit. And then about 2 days later, there was something on some other shit. I don't know how it came up, but she was like, look, she likes raisin bread. So it's not widely known. But once again, your deities are gonna talk to you through your urges. You might get an urge for something that you never had an urge for a long time, or maybe ever. And you'll know, because like for some reason they'll coincide. You'll think of your spirit, or you think of your whatever, whoever you're working with, and you're like, okay, you know, I've done gave these things a lot of shit that is not traditional, and it works great because I follow my intuition. You can't go wrong if you follow your intuition, you know. Exactly, Jazzy girl, get her whatever she wants, you know. Say my name Savannah. Now's the time. Say my name Savannah. The Alpha Goddess oil is also on it's on sale too if you was looking for that. Hey, well then get you some hot wings. Black Widow, the deity, wants hot wings. Feed her some goddamn hot wings, you know? I'll get her some purple haze. Hey, I'm not even going to tell you. I can't say all the ingredients. I don't know all the ingredients because I let her just do her thing. And I already know she's going to hit it right on the head. Ruby Lynette Turner. If you don't have PayPal, if you have a credit card, you don't need a PayPal account. You can just use it. If you don't have a credit card, you can just go to like a CVS or something and buy a gift card, like a Visa gift card. And I know it's a little bit of a pain in the ass, but I mean, yeah. Why, thank you, PG. That's been working. Right on. Yeah, my Buddha statue came to me in a dream and wanted me to put outside in my soil on the ground. I felt this strong urge to do it. Then you know what, Nikki D? You do it! Don't dilly-dally or dally-dilly, okay? Just do it, all right? Just do it. Do you have to keep offering Martha stuff even after you dominate the person? You know, like I said, I do, because I have a relationship. So, you know, like I just gave her coffee. I didn't give her coffee and be like, and now, you know, I gave you some coffee, so, you know, I'm gonna need this from you. No, I just give, like, I just keep her charged up. You know, I keep that energy portal, I keep it charged up. So when I do need it, sometimes I don't even gotta say anything. I just think about her, because she does talk to you telepathically. I'll tell you that. So just to answer your question, you don't have to keep offering. Now, if you let's say you come to us and say, hey, I will give you XYZ if you help me with this. She may help you like that. And I would strongly suggest that you get XYZ for her, because what will end up happening is, maybe not right away, but let's say it's to get somebody, shortly after, it's going to go to shit. I promise you. A lot of times, anyways, it will go to shit. So just to keep everything copacetic, I would do it that way. But it's just like any other altar, you know, you want to, you know, feed it every now and again. Sometimes, you know, it's, you know, we're working with energy here. Remember, we're working with energy. So you find what coincides with the energy as far as how it relates to you, you know, because it's not going to relate to the next person that way. She's going to fuck you up if you don't keep your word. You know, I say it like this, and it's a great analogy. I've said it before. It's like electricity. If you understand how electricity works, then it's not so much about it getting mad at you or it being happy with you. It's just when you operate with the laws of electricity, now you can turn your lights on, you can wire something to work. If you don't know about the laws and you take a bath with your clock radio, or you bring your hair dryer into the bath, then electricity is going to fry you. And it's not that it's mad at you, it's just you cross the streams, you know what I'm saying? Okay, baby love, you take it easy. Sekhmet. I feel like she is kind of like another. I see a lot of absolutely, Samir. I just seen your comment right there. Yeah, I talk with all my spirits. I give to them. I don't, when I need them, best believe they're there. They're there because it's a relationship. It's not just hey, I don't know you, but give me something. Thank you. Bye. You know. Yeah, TV, you got it right. She says, usually you'll be drawn to what you're attracted to. Exactly. There's a reason why, There's a reason why. So y'all head on over right now to www.shango-ray.com. Take advantage of this. Take advantage of this special. I want you to. I want to hear your good news. I want to hear your good feedback. Invest in yourself. Even if it ain't here, if it's somewhere else, some other way, some other form. Invest in yourself. Get your feet moving. Directed your pizza to Daddy Green's Pizza. Okay? So I'm going to hang it up for right now, but peace and blessings to y'all. All right? And we shall return tomorrow, most likely. Show enough. TV. Yeah. Y'all already know. So peace and blessings. We'll be back again. And like I said, I'm actually working tonight also. Besides doing client work, besides doing my bath, I'm also putting the finishing touches on the Psychic Cartomancy course. We're going to be dropping that Thursday or Friday. So look out for that for those of you who want to finally get your hands. Like I said, this is all about a fast track. This is not about just memorizing cards and doing this. Is about, deepening the relationship with your intuition. Recognize the recognition and awareness of your intuition is the most important thing, because we all got a lot of voices in our head and they're loud. And a lot of times your intuition is the quietest in the room, but that's the most powerful one, So good night, everybody. And we shall be back again. There's a little dog out here.